if you're in the Austin area or the surrounding areas, or even if you're just somewhere in the United States or in the world and you would like a swing lesson, look at my Instagram bio, go to Calendly, set up a meeting with me, and let's take a look at that swing and see how we can make it a little bit better going into 2023. Like I said, we got swing lessons available for you guys. And I ain't talking these boys. I'm talking getting that elbow out, firing. Whether it's welcome or welcome back, it's great to see you guys. We're here for day 23 of Vlogmas. I'm Connor O'Reilly, sponsored by Latitude 64 and OTB Discs. And today we're going to be playing Old Settlers Park, just north of Austin in Round Rock. Really fun track that starts off in the open and then fights your way through the woods for most of it, and a couple more open holes on the backside as well. But really fun track to play, and got a good mix of shots out here, so I'm excited to show you guys one of the more technical courses in the Austin area. This is actually going to be our coldest day that we've filmed so far this year for Vlogmas. It's like mid-40s right now, and the wind is up and only getting stronger throughout the day. It's going to be like low 20s sustained by the end of this afternoon, so definitely got some wind to deal with and got this northern cold dryness to deal with as well, so we'll be battling a bit of the elements today. I'm noticing here on the first hole that there's some mud kind of accumulating on the tee boxes and a little bit of moisture too, so that'll be something we'll be battling against all day as well. The first one is a par 4 at 570 feet. It's not super long, but there's some trees that really block your progress here in the middle. I like to play the big roller, cut it out a little bit to the left, have it maybe finish on its face, and then have a nice easy upshot into a guarded green. Kind of a right to left wind here, not the best for the roller, but I'm gonna go hatchet here. Straighter than I normally play for here, but we'll have some options going into the green. Basket's tucked just behind that guardian oak with kind of a right to left slope, perfect for sake bomb slammer forehand approach. Oh yeah, sounds like I caught some nice rough ground play and sat me right there next to the bucket. Well, one's definitely going to be one of the softer holes out here. You want to grab this and give yourself some strokes before you head into the tight, tough woods. Hole 2 is a 267-foot par 3 that bends from the left to the right. Down this left side is pretty much your only option, as they did recently add a mandatory out there on the right, taking away this kind of spike, this little sawed-off hyzer that was kind of there. I like a nice flat to fade forehand here. Thinking Pioneer. Glow Pioneer at that hanging oak branch in the backdrop there. Let it fade in front. A little too much pop on that one. Kind of slipped through the tree branches there. I got a comeback putt from probably circle's edge long. Looking back at this one, I should probably play Justice so I can hit a little more firm and sure than kind of having to get touchy with the Pioneer. Still able to pick up the birdie though, 2 for 2. Hole 3 plays slightly uphill at 242 feet. You've got this right side hyzer gap for the right hand backhand player that you really got to put a steep angle on and get some nice skip back left, or you can play straight at it with kind of a straight, just slightly moving to the right shot. Couple options here. I like the hyzer though. Glow Pioneer. Oh, I really like the pace on that one. Came out exactly how I was hoping for. Should be another park job. Got to take your time, even on the short ones, like James said. in the last episode, I believe, or 2 episodes ago, sometimes the shortest holes on the course are the most important. They give you that ammunition for later on in the round where you can choose whether to get too aggressive or play for par. Our 4th hole out here at Old Settlers Park is a 565-foot par 4. Definitely in the attackable range if you have a bigger arm, especially since it plays slightly downhill. You got this big drainage bowl on the left that's a kind of prominent feature, and this cluster of oak trees on the right that makes it to where you can't just play a huge out to the right shot and flex it back. You got to kind of play a skinny flex to get it there. These first 4 holes out here in the open kind of play on the softer side for the track, especially if you have the distance to handle it. And this one's in the eagle range, so try to get it. Dang, just needed to hold for a moment longer to give myself a chance for that eagle, but it's all right. Easy birdie still. This one almost feels like it should be a par 3 to me. Probably would be for like a pro tour level field, but keeps us at a 4 through 4. Perfect start so far. Now I really gotta focus on the next one. Talking all that stuff again. Come on. Hole 5 is going to be our introduction into the more technical part of the course that plays along this winding creek and kind of up and down its banks. Dead straight at 288 feet, there's kind of a low ceiling created by that late cedar on the left. And then you got thick rough on either side, and once again that creek is out of bounds down on the left, dragging any shots that want to fall or fade for a right-handed player down to doom. Nice turnover shot that kind of lands high on the hill right of the bucket and maybe slides down using gravity is probably the ideal play here. I'm gonna go throw Joe's compass. Key here is just to get a little turn out of the hand. You know, it looked like I really overturned it there, which I might have slightly overturned it, but my play was really to make sure I hit the turn, got it into the hill, and at worst I don't get any ground play down left and I'm circle's edge, so I like it. There you have it. It looked like off the tee it was maybe further right than it actually was. That hill just doesn't allow you to get there, so play some turn here on the 5th. And don't be afraid to throw maybe a mid-range, even though you can maybe get a putter there just to make sure you get the distance. Don't want to be short on this one. Hole 6 is a 252-foot par 3. Move it straight for about 200 feet, and then it skips over to the right. Really suits the right-hand forehand shot or the left-hand backhand. Right-hand backhand is extremely hard to execute here, and the way this little bush has grown up, any semblance of like a hope and pray hyzer that was there is gone. So learn how to forehand, kids. Typically this is a great range for my Justice if I'm trying to park it, but as much as you need to skip off to the right, I don't hate a faster disc on a shot like this, so I'm gonna go with the Glow Pioneer. Plus we're really looking for that Vlogmas ace, you guys. We're running out of days, so we gotta make every opportunity count. Do it. Man, that line had it. I just needed about 7 more miles per hour of heat to deal with the kind of wet, soggy ground out here. Six for 6. Little trick shot for you guys to tap that one in. Go try a Glow Pioneer if you need some overstable and trusty in that 9-speed range.
Backhand.
Hole 7 is going to be the most daunting gap yet. At 264 feet, this one's right in that putter mid-range kind of area, but there is some low straggly branches in the mid-flight there that you got to deal with. You got two options here. You can play down the skinny right side with maybe a flex forehand, or you can play the straight shot down this left side that just drifts ever so slightly to the right. We're liking that backhand gap today, y'all. I'm gonna trust this beat in faith at that big tree in the middle there on a little bit of hyzer and just hope that it stands up and flips just right in front of it and slides up to the bucket. It's a forehand play all day, y'all. Come on. Didn't trust my gut with the forehand option and tried to challenge myself with the backhand and lost our perfect round, unfortunately, but there are some eagle and ace opportunities. I don't know about eagles, but definitely aces. We're going harp next time, y'all. Pains my heart to lose the perfect round there on hole 7, but it is a tricky one, and with the spot I kicked to, pretty happy just to save a par from there. Easy to take a bogey from that position. The 8th is a 289-foot par 3. You've got the creek on the right side, and just long and right of the bucket, it really steeply drops off to that creek. Pretty guarded green with some bushes, thick bushes on the left and some other stuff kind of surrounding it. But if you play just short of the bucket, it's wide open. So if you want to take that ace run, that's where the risk really comes, and you know we're running it. Come on, y'all. We need strokes back. We need them. We just gave the course a stroke. Time to take one back. 2 of them. Tournament harp. Make it 1. That harp said, I can jump too, Daddy. No, not today. Let's go. Another birdie here on hole 8. That puts us at 7 down through 8 holes. This harp is so money. I love throwing it for those straight to slight fade shots. Our final hole, the front 9, is one of the kind of signatures out here, I would say. It's very memorable. I've never played a par 4 quite like this one. At 444 feet, you might say, oh, that's really short for a par 4, but this first shot really handcuffs you. You pretty much got to throw a putter to the top of the hill there, and then there's a steep downslope to the right that you kind of just want to trickle down to the bottom. If you try to air it to the landing zone, it's really hard to get your disc to stop. Very common to go long and right and kind of have to throw a scramble shot on your second. But if you are in the fairway off of the tee and down on the lower shelf, then you should have a birdie opportunity. I'm gonna go beat in faith, try to land it on that hill just in front of that big oak tree you can see, and jump down to the right. Way overturned it and got down there on the right. I'm gonna have some kind of a tricky opportunity, but I think birdie could be on the table. I promise you probably have never seen a hole like this. It's such a steep and quick drop right here. You couldn't really tell off the tee, I'm sure. It's so easy to fly over the hill and either hit this crap long or go into the river or creek. It is a lot thinner than the last time I played it though, so I'm excited to see what kind of lanes I got. Super tight window, gonna go Texas turnaround with that Delaware faith. Did I do it? Let's go, you guys. That was a tough shot, and I feel really good about executing that one. Giving myself another birdie opportunity on a tough 9th. Short, but tricky. Let's go. We did it. We did it. Always feels good to pick up the birdie here on the 9th. I think that puts us at 8 down through 9 holes. Time to keep the focus going onto the back. At 183 feet, there's only one way to go about hole 10, and it's straight up the gut here. Play whatever you're comfortable hitting this gap with and try to land it flat, get up to the bucket. This one's probably one of the more aced holes out here with the distance. If you hit that gap, you're most likely on a good line, tracking towards the bucket. There is kind of an over the top play to the left that I wish they would take out with some mandatories here, forcing you down the gap, because I believe that's just how this hole is meant to be played, you guys. So if you're taking that left gap, get better. Throw down the gut. Come on. Gonna go beat in faith, try to hyzer flip it through this gap. Really fight to keep the eyes through the gap as long as I can. You know, no ace opportunity, but we'll take another birdie. And for a little bonus, we'll try to run one for y'all. No, but bird is the word here on hole 10, in the classic case of not being able to pick up your disc after a good shot. Never fails. If you're in the Austin area or the surrounding areas, or even if you're just somewhere in the United States or in the world and you would like a swing lesson, look at my Instagram bio, go to Calendly, set up a meeting with me, and let's take a look at that swing and see how we can make it a little bit better going into 2023. Like I said, we got swing lessons available for you guys. And I ain't talking these boys. I'm talking getting that elbow out, firing. Beam me up, Scotty. At 285 feet, hole 11 is one of the most unique holes on the course. Definitely one that everyone is going to remember after playing this track. Downhill, you've got this V tree in the middle there that's really defining the fairway. And then once you hit that V, there's also these kind of two horizontal hangers that'll knock you down. Honestly, tell me if you agree with me. I think those things should be gone. This hole is perfect as is. You get rid of those, now you're rewarded pretty much every time you hit the gap, as long as your height isn't way off. Right now it feels like you kind of hit the gap, do your job, and then you get lucky on those two little hanging horizontal guys. I know some of you guys are going to feel me on that, but I've been waiting for those things to go, and they're still here, so who do I need to talk to? Gonna go throw Joe's compass nice and flat, maybe just a tick of hyzer. Finishing left here is probably the most open way to get there. Oh, hit the V tree, tough. Gonna go a little flexor with the harp here. Super slippery hillside right now, so that's the hardest part of this shot. Let's go. I didn't fall on my face. That's the number one win there.
You almost just fell on your butt though.
Got to settle for our second par of the round, unfortunately, here on the 11th. Definitely a fun hole to throw, but I'm gonna need all my Austin people who are watching this to get in touch with the Round Rocks Park Department. Let's get those little branches out of here, y'all. It's a beautiful hole. Let's not make it a lucky one. Hole 12 is a beautiful and challenging par 4 at 564 feet. You got the creek all the way on the right side playing out of bounds, and then you have some thick rough on the left side. A dead straight shot that just has a touch of tail to the right here off the tee is going to be the ideal play to set you up for another straight shot into a green that plays on a little slope at the end. Nice for an understable backhand or a very straight forehand, depending on what your comfort zone is here. This shot is tailor-made for a beat-in explorer, so going with old trusty here. Ooh, we're settling for par, looks like. Got lucky that I didn't kick right and I just dropped down when I hit the stuff over here. Short chip up to try to set myself up for a par save. Oh no!
Put himself in jail.
No! When in doubt, pull that Bushnell rangefinder out and find out exactly how far it is, because why not get the answers to the test beforehand? This one's 263. I was keeping it to myself. I don't want my competitors to know. Now everyone's listening. Lean out forehand with the Justice. Whack it over, let it fight back. This hole's getting the best of me, you guys. That was kind of a sloppy second little layup shot though, so that's what I get. I'm gonna use this roaring right to left wind that we have coming in and try to float that hyzer chip in. Maybe we can save par. Let's see. Wow, it's got blown. That one's gonna hurt the hot round we had going, but we got plenty of holes left to score. This beautiful oak tree that defines this green right here is being overtaken by this Mustang grapevine. Can we maybe get rid of that one too? I know the Mustang has also been here for a long time and is a beautiful thing itself, but look at this tree. One of a kind. Such a prominent feature on the track. It'd be awesome to see it maybe preserved and not overtaken by the vines, as we've seen many great trees dethroned. "13 is a 244-foot par 3. Throw it straight through this gap. A little bit of finish to the left. There's a drop off behind the bucket that you got to deal with as well, so you want to be on the short side of this green ideally. Gonna play this harp, just a touch of hyzer, let it pop up. A little left, but we shouldn't have an open putt. Yeah, the winter storm has officially arrived, and these conditions just ramped up on us, so it's gonna be tough for these last few holes. Gotta try to score a couple more birdies if we can. Hole 14's barely under 300 feet as a par 3. Not much in your way after this initial gap. And typically you step up to this hole really looking to grab a birdie, but this crosswind is something different right now, so really just trying to put this one close and not have to putt. Straight shot with the Pioneer. Whew. Whew. Let's get out of this wind. One of the coolest holes in the course, just under 600 feet, this par putt. This is a classic case of how you have to be ready for everything on the disc golf course. We were cruising, feeling good on the front nine. Weather was all right. Now it's really taking a turn on us, so always be prepared. Have extra layers, hand warmers, whatever you need. Let's go. Par save here on a tough 15th, especially with this much wind. With this winter storm rolling through the United States, as well as winter hitting in the Northern Hemisphere, there's never been a better time to go check out Disc Golf Valley at your app store. Make sure to hit the download and try it out yourself. It's a very cool disc golf game presented by Latitude 64. And I have some tour support discs in there that you can purchase, and proceeds go to help support me. So go on there, get your Connor O'Reilly Rive and Faith. I think the Rive has extra glide and extra ground play. The Faith, I believe, has maybe extra stability. So go check them out. I was playing a little bit with them yesterday as the weather's kind of crappy, and a lot of fun. So don't miss out on Disc Golf Valley. And on to the 16th, we have a touchy little par 4, just over 367 feet at 368. Play it straight, bend to the left in the late part of the flight. This one, borderline par 3, definitely kind of a tweener hole as is. Normally I like Explorer on this shot, but with this much wind, I'm going to bump up to my straightest Pioneer. So straight. Need a little more hyzer on that one. Not used to throwing that backhand, so that's what I get. Getting tricky with the flippy forehand roller. Yeah, needed a lot more than that. Got this tree centered up on the bucket, so I got to swing around the hyzer putt. Still a long chance for birdie. Dang, those putts are always weird because you can't really pick an aim point the way you typically do. You just have to kind of trust the power level and choose like a swing point, aim point. For as short as this par 4 is, definitely one I like to give myself an eagle or birdie look on, but it is tight enough that the par will come off, and I think regardless of what par you want to call this hole, it's a good one, and it's tight, it's challenging, it creates separation. 2 holes to play, and I can't lie to you guys, I'm getting a little bit sad knowing that Vlogmas is kind of coming to an end, but it's been a ton of fun. I really appreciate everyone who's joined us for last season's Vlogmas as well as this, and for everyone who's new to the channel this year, thank you. I appreciate you, and we will be pumping out content all season. It's not just stopping at Vlogmas this year like it kind of did last year, so really excited to keep sharing all kind of disc golf stuff with you and even some extra stuff. So comment below the type of videos that you would like to see us shoot. The 17th is a touchy par 4. Straight shot, has to finish just right at the end to get down into this little ravine with a creek in it that you're going to take your second shot from. Up onto a high hill that the basket is perched on. This one has kind of a low ceiling in the second shot, making it tricky, so you really got to penetrate into that gap. Going Gold X Explorer since there's a lot of wind out here. Big spider hanging. Whew, hands are starting to get tight on me, not wanting to open as fast as I'd like, but only one left to go. Thanks to Megan for really toughing this one out for us. Hand warmers for her. We love you. finish off here at Old Settlers on a technical 18th at 250 feet. You pretty much got to throw dead straight here, not really any other options. You can play a straight forehand or backhand depending on what you feel comfortable with, but just hit it flat, hit it hard, hit it low. Gonna go Delaware Faith here and hope that this crosswind doesn't sneak through this tree line too much. A little low, but we slid up for a putt. That wind is really hurting the discs right now. That is a great way to finish out a solid round out here at Old Settlers. We started off on fire, but the wind kind of cooled us down, if you will. It's been a lot of fun out here in Round Rock, Texas for day 23 of Vlogmas. I'm Connor O'Reilly, and don't forget to check out Disc Golf Valley for these blustery, cold days where it's just not worth getting outside. And we'll see you tomorrow.